It's Sunday morning here and I've just got the stock in for the truck to go to the works. These are the animals that we'll see in our plant next week. And what I've done here is I've taken some video and given a bit of explanation to actually show what's going on and what can happen with nutrition. None of these animals have ever been drenched in their lifetime. They've never been inoculated for anything, but there is a massive difference in what's going on with the nutrition. And it was about 18 months ago we found out, 18 months ago we found out what was going on with some steers that we were really struggling with. And it just shows you the significance of actually getting their nutrition right. If you don't, you pay, and the big payday is weight on their back and the health of the animal. And you'll see in the significance that I've got an animal here who's probably 30 to 50 kilos heavier carcass weight, yet he is approximately 14 months younger. Now the target is to get them all like this or even better once we can get full nutrition, and that's coming quickly, but we have to know what the problems are that stop nutrition, and most of them actually we're finding at the moment are toxicity issues, heavy metals and products that shouldn't be on your farm that are causing issues in your animals. So make sure before you put anything on your farm, is it doing any harm? Now what we have here is some 2.5 year steers and one that's only about 20 months, and he's the big guy in the middle. And this has taught me a real lesson about nutrition and maximum feeding, where this animal was born a little bit earlier than the rest, and I put the cow in with the fattening mob, and the following process led to this guy, and this is what we're trying to do every year. The other factor is that the other steers that we've gotten here were exposed to a major boron deficiency about 15 months ago, and I couldn't work out what was going on. They were actually getting quite distended in the gut and very runny in the shit, and looked like a major nitrate problem. We went through several things of feeding them boron, phosphorus, and the animals just didn't want to take it. And it taught me a lot about toxicity issues, because what we tracked down was that the boron that we had been using in our fertilizer program was very high in arsenic, and this was just pointed out to us by our trace element supplier. And what I did was I took another sample of that of our boron from a new supplier, and I dropped that into a bucket in the paddock, and the cattle immediately took it, so they knew what was going on. Now they immediately, within 2 days, their guts was down and they started to shit a lot better, and the ongoing factor of that was amazing. Now the other part I did was I got some marine phos and put a bit out for them as well, and they took that too. Now I'd used another product that was based around a standard phosphorus product which is high in cadmium, and the animals wouldn't touch it either. So they're a lot cleverer than we think, give them credit for. And these are the things that we need to keep an eye on, but I'm saying that people don't have to go through this process anymore. Like, you've got to be very careful about what goes onto your farm all the time, because any one of those intrusions can cause problems. Now, if you look at the difference of this guy here, 20 months of age, 2.5, well, I know which one I'd rather have. I can take a full 12 months off their cycle. And as you start to take these intrusions onto the farm out of the system, this is what can be achieved. Now our next lot of steers are considerably bigger the following year. They're catching up really quickly, and the calves again are even bigger again. So all these things have a major influence. I mean, boron, for instance, is one of them. It elevates the phosphorus availability in the soil and in the animal. The phosphorus in the blood controls the nitrogen. The nitrogen then, if it is in excess, stops the uptake of trace elements. So for the sake of one element which we were putting on with head toxicity, we caused ourselves a lot of drama. And already we've noticed this year, when we're adding the better boron onto the soils, we're getting the boron levels to come up and the animals to start to come right from their nutrition. So be careful about what you put on your farm, and look at the profitability difference. This guy will probably go around 300. These guys are only 260, 270, and I'm not exactly happy with them. They're nicely finished now and they'll be beautiful eating, but it was just one of those things that you got to find out on the way.